What's up? Welcome back. It's CageCast. This is Mike. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope your week is going well. If you're new to the channel, this is where we take a look at the UFC fights. We're going to do a quick recap of last weekend's Fight Night main event and co-main. Then we're going to dive right into UFC 315 with my early predictions. And then later in the week, we'll do a fight talk with the boys, either Jason and Old Whitey or both, and I'll log in with the final predictions and those bets. All right, guys, now you know how it works. Let's take a look at the co-main that I've got pulled up right here. RDR versus Bo Nickal. How'd you guys see that going? Get in the comments. Let me know. Did you guys see that going the way it did? Because if you guys were paying attention to the podcast and the fight talks earlier in the week, I had mentioned this several times. Bo Nickal looked too vulnerable against Paul Craig. And if we gave him somebody with high caliber too early, they were going to finish him. Now, I did hear Bo Nickal did ask for RDR specifically, thinking that this was going to be a wrestling match, and Bo Nickal's the greatest wrestler in the UFC. He's just going to dominate RDR, make it look easy. At least that's what was going to happen if you asked Bo Nickal. Now, RDR, if you guys don't know who he was before he got here recently to the UFC, 1 FC, 2 weight class champion, had won the title multiple times. So only 2 losses in his professional career. We were wanting to see, does that sometimes only a couple guys can translate over to the UFC from another organization and make it work? So far, RDR's getting it done. He said, bring me Bo Pennies and I'll finish him. Now, I thought this was going to be a wrestling submission exchange. RDR showed us that he's got hands. He's got great kickboxing. Those knees are vicious. And man, in that second round, he finished Bo Nickal off with a perfect knee right to the liver, crumpled him like a soda can, just finished that off, ref intervening, calling it immediately. That was beautiful. Again, I saw this going similar. I thought RDR was going to go right through Bo Pennies, saying that Bo Nickal is overrated. And then RDR said, hold my beer. I'll do it on the stand-up. Bam, is hitting him with those knees, and then right in the liver, finished it off. Spectacular. I'm all on board for that, guys. Let me know in the comments. What did you think about that win? Did anybody bet on the co-main? Did you bet for Bo Nickal or did you bet against him? Let me know, guys, because you know how some of the other guys on the fight talk were going. There was definitely one of the guys going for Bo Pennies. Bo Pennies dropped the ball. Now, when we say overrated, what I really mean is that the fast track wasn't the way to go. Bo Nickal can come back if he gets a little bit more well-rounded. I think if he works on maybe his boxing or some kickboxing on the next few training camps and leading up to the training camps, he can definitely improve over the next year or two, and become something well-rounded, and then probably get a rematch and see if he can do something different against RDR. What do you guys think about RDR's call out? Sean Strickland, he said, I took out the best supposed wrestler. Let's bring on the best striker, and then called out Sean Strickland. Do you think Strickland is the best striker in the middleweight class? Do you think RDR stand-up can take that? I think it's a good matchup with their stand-up. I'm not sure Sean Strickland is the best stand-up. He did beat Izzy, but I think Izzy is a quite sharper striker, and we might have a couple other guys that are up there. I'm not against giving him as a great call-up because Sean Strickland is in the top 5. I think he's like 2 or 3 in the rankings, so fast tracks RDR to a title fight, and I'm all about it. Now, let's move on to the main event, guys, because this is the one we put some money on. We didn't put a bunch down, and actually, even though my guy won, we're still down on the betting. Now, let's talk about it. Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. I said Figueiredo can't be counted out. The odds makers had it 5-1 in favor of Corey Sandhagen, which is what I thought too. Just seeing these guys matched up, in my mind, I was thinking Corey Sandhagen all the way. Just walks right through him. He's taller, he's longer, his submission game's good, his striking's decent. I think Figueiredo would have to dash in through the void and get caught. Now, Corey Sandhagen had a different idea. He said he dominated that first round. Figueiredo came out hot in that second round. And then pretty much once it hits the ground, Corey Sandhagen looking for the 50-50. Got it. I don't care what the ref calls it, a stoppage due to knee injury. We know Corey Sandhagen was going for that. Stoppage is a stoppage is a stoppage, even if it's submission or TKO, better than a ref's decision. So props to Corey Sandhagen. He did. He walked right through it, got it done within 2 of the 5. I'm all about giving him the winner of 316. He can have Sean O'Malley or Merab, and I'd be more than happy to watch him fight either guy. I would more or less like to see him go against Merab. I think that's a little bit more exciting than Sean O'Malley, but they're a little bit taller and lankier. Styles make matches, so that could be a good one too. So I say whoever wins, let's give him Corey Sandhagen. I think he's due for a title run. What do you guys think? Do you think Corey is ready for the title? You look very polished, very well-rounded, very composed. I think it's time. Is he the guy that takes Merab down? Let me know if you guys feel like that in the comments. How do you feel against Merab Sandhagen? All right. Well, as you guys are typing that out, let's go ahead and get to UFC 315. Now, I've been talking trash about this card saying, oh my God, this is a boring ass card. Bilal is going to make this boring. Well, I mean, we also have Shevchenko on there fighting for Rot. That could be an exciting fight. That's the one I'm probably most excited for. Let me know in the comments, what fight of the main card are you guys most excited for? Again, I think they could have stacked this one a little bit better, but let's start with the St. Denis fight down here. Not sure about Kyle's record. I'm going to have to look into this, but just looking at this fight on the paper here or on the screen, I would think St. Denis is my early favorite here. I feel like he lost a couple to some great fighters like Dustin Poirier recently, and they're trying to get him somebody they think he can get a win over, get his confidence back up, and start building St. Denis back up. He's got a pretty good following behind him. He's got a great power punch, and I think he can do it if he can get a win and get some steam under his belt. Let me know, guys. Do you see it going this way? Let me know about Kyle. I haven't looked into it yet. We'll be looking more into this with some fight talk with the boys later on in the week, and maybe they can change my mind on who I'm leaning towards or who I'm going to put the bet down on. Now, guys, if you were watching any of them last week, you will know that I think Alexa Grasso versus Silva, that Grasso being the underdog on this one was so crazy since she's the one that dethroned Shevchenko and then took her to a draw before losing the title. I'm all about it. I already put, I think, $10 on Grasso. She could get another bet later in the week, especially if the odds change. I think Silva's just too vulnerable. There's holes in her game. We saw that against Andrade. We saw that against Vivian. Even though she was able to get those wins, they just weren't in spectacular fashion. They weren't with stoppages. We know Grasso can do it. Grasso is bad to the bone. So early on, I'm not even leaning. Sealed the deal with Grasso, and we probably put more money on Grasso. Again, I think they're doing a Bo Nickal to Silva. I think she's just not quite polished yet. We need to probably give her another 3 fights at least before, and some training camps before we get her in title contention. However, this is a title contender fight in my mind. I would love to see Grasso Shevchenko 4. Get that settled, basically a rubber match since there was a draw in there. But hey, let's be fair and even here. If Silva can get it done, especially if she can get it done in spectacular fashion, why not give her a title shot of the winner as well? What do you guys think? Do you think this should be a title contender? Have you guys heard anything? Do you think we should give the winner of this fight to the winner against Shevchenko for Rot? I think that would be fair. Now, early on, I'm leaning Aldo over Zahabi, guys. Now, Zahabi's got a great record, 12-2. It's hard to argue with that. Aldo, being the legend he is coming off a loss. We saw him get pushed against the cage and just kind of held there, and he took a loss. Before that, though, his stand-up, his stamina was looking really good in the previous 2 fights. Zahavi can still get it done as well. He's a good prospect. I think they're still using Aldo as a gatekeeper. Now, if Aldo can get this one, I would love to see Aldo take a bantamweight run, get a second title, because he is one of the best featherweights of all time, in my opinion. And then we'll see if Zahabi's got any answers for him. Now, if the answer is hold him against the cage and wear him out, kind of boring, but we have seen Aldo lose that way. Do you guys think it's going to go that way? Do you think Zahabi's just going to be a ring rat and hold him there? And it's going to be up to Aldo to spin away and strike? This one's also not at altitude, so Aldo might have a little bit more cardio in the tank on this one, and maybe be able to get out of more of those cage interactions. Again, guys, let me know in the comments. Do you think it's going that way? Because right now, I am definitely leaning Aldo. I'm an Aldo fan, and then sometimes being a fan has come back and bite me when we're placing bets on these. Let's jump into the co-main and the main before we wrap up here today. Now we do have Shevchenko versus Farhat. Now they do have Shevchenko as the underdog at the moment. We're gonna watch that. If that increases, I'm leaning Shevchenko, but we'll have to see what the odds makers say. I want to see if there's any mind games during the presser. I want to see if there's any horrible weight cuts on these last two fights, especially because they're both title fights. But it's hard to go against the champ on this one. I think Valentina is one of the best flyweight and women's that there is. She has some people coming up looking for her. Like I think Rose is working her way up. Like I said, let's give her Grasso. If Grasso can get it done and get that rubber match out of the way, or that fourth match, I think Farhat she's dangerous, but I don't see anybody taking out Shevchenko anytime soon. Let me know, guys. Do you guys think that that's wrong? Am I being a fan like the Aldo fight that Shevchenko's he's too dominant? We got the upcoming fighters in this division ready to take her down. We'll see. Again, I think the Silva Grasso fight should be a contender. They get the winner of this one. Now, Belal Muhammad, this guy right here, he won the title. And you would think that he was Khabib or somebody who had an undefeated record, somebody who had cleaned the division out 5 times as champ and ready to move up. However, he's not even defended once. Been talking the most trash online. I'm over it. Belal, you're not getting my money at all. 100% going to bet on JDM. So Jack Della Maddalena, he'll get the funds on this one because, man, I am just so over Belal Muhammad. I don't think this is a weight class where somebody's going to be sitting on the title for a couple years. I think Belal gets dethroned. I think it's going to be a fight or two because of all the trash talk before he can even get another title fight. This is a stacked weight class. So if he falls off, it's going to be a minute before he comes back. I think this title actually jumps around a little bit before it lands firmly with, maybe Usman comes back and takes his title back and goes on another run or gets it and retires. We'll see. I think JDM gets it done, though. I would love to see JDM just shut up Belal Muhammad. So minimum of $10 on this fight, where I said I'll probably put 40 on Shevchenko and more on Grasso later on. But not sure on how much we're going to bet until we get closer to that, guys, which means we're going to have a couple fight talks and see if the guys can change my mind. Well, get in the comments. Let me know if you think Belal is that boring. Does he just ruin this card for you? Because I'm stoked about Shevchenko fighting Farhat. I'm just not as stoked for that Belal Muhammad card. So, more stoked for the fight nights and the UFC's coming up after that, but we're going to skip that for now. We'll talk more about that with the boys when fight night or fight talk comes up. So if you made it this far, please go ahead and hit the subscription button and subscribe to the channel. Help me grow. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you know when more videos drop and when Fight Talk comes out with the other guys later on this week and when I place those bets. Again, bets are probably going to be placed Wednesday or Thursday night, and then they'll be solidified, and we'll do a recap next Monday. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Get in the comments. Peace out.